Welcome back, ladies and gents, to FACEIT TV. We have another match here for the FACEIT League qualifiers, and it is going to be dAT. dAT versus No Problem, the Danish lineup. So for the Danes, we do have Glaive, muffeb, Berry, Holst, and netrick.
Shall we just say Holst?
Holst. Holst is a Z there. You can't just change his name because it's not his name, James. And then that defeats the entire purpose of having a name and an identity.
Okay. Holt, it is.
Why have to be like that? We've got to be that guy. We've got a knife going on, guys, and it is going to be Mirage first, followed by Overpass, and then Cash. But many people are excited for this match because dAT have had, of course, a lineup change. And this lineup change is quite substantial. WorldEdit is now joined in the AWPing world for his team by Simple. And they have Markelov now as well. You know, Flamey's off. And you've got Markelov in there now as well.
Indeed, we do. So nice, you said it twice.
And yeah, with the Dren gone as well, and then Simple came in. So those were the changes, and nobody knows.
They are all over the map. This is absurd.
Nobody knows exactly how the new dAT lineup will play.
Yes, we don't know anything about the new lineup apart from the roster.
But Blade is essentially the existence of the East. Wow, those are some odds. Those sure are some odds. Yeah, people favoring dAT massively, as you'd expect.
Potatoes.
That was certainly going to be very, very strong. And you know, this is a Danish lineup. Denmark has a lot of great players, but the problem typically tends to be for Denmark is that a lot of lineups constantly switching and swapping around all the time. So it kind of makes it hinders their ability to be cohesive and create these strong team dynamics that we see from a team like Gplay. Because Gplay, they played really good. They didn't have any necessarily like super crazy standout performances or star actions, but they just had solid Counter-Strike, man.
So that's won the pistol. So my question is, who plays where? In terms of AWPing, like, well, firstly, do they even have a presence in mid? And if they do, is it Simple or is it WorldEdit? I feel like
I think it's gonna a lot of it's gonna come down to spawns. They may not even run double AWP, for example. Like it's possible that they may decide that we don't want 2 AWPs because we will be running into each other. You can do it though. You can even do it on T side. You can make it work on this map, but I don't know. I think a lot of it's just gonna be based on spawns, to be honest. I think you want Simple in middle though, if you're gonna choose.
You think so? I would have gone with WorldEdit.
Oh really? Why is that, James?
I would have gone with WorldEdit mid, and had Simple more of a roaming position.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean. So it's always kind of like WorldEdit like around middle, and Simple can be the guy that plays the spawns, or they can just do it dynamically and just call it every single round based on their spawns. I guess they could do that as well. So we'll have to see how things actually work out here. We're going to jump into the pistol here, guys. Are you ready? Are you ready? Because I certainly am. And we are going to see the pistol, the plan, the strategy from No Problem come into play. As they are slowly working towards B. They threw some decoys around. And they got one player going up short and middle, trying to do some harassment. And in the meanwhile, we do have Markelov, who's going to get flashed and eliminated immediately as the B push comes in. So that, not off to a good start, as No Problem are going to be able to take it. The bomb will be planted as well, that it is going to come in with a frag. Blade does get the kill just barely on Berry, but not before going down to 5 health. Looks like a good defense here so far on the B bomb site. netrick up in the apartments there. Nobody going to be coming through to hit. So certainly problems for dAT, bondik and Blade.
Blade does have the kit, but I mean, this round is pretty much over already. I don't think they have time to push it. So just a bit of money to make from these frags. You can see Blade going a bit yellow through the window. It's not going to work out for him though. I wonder if it was an option for him there to try and save that kit for the next round, maybe. Again, with 5 HP. Again, it's still a round where 1 shot to the head is all it's going to take, but maybe an argument to save that kit for the next round. That said, we're going to have Simple and WorldEdit, the 2 AWPers for this team, both rolling with scouts in various places. Simple going to have the scout.
Good counterplay though from No Problem. They're just going to rush. This is how you do it, James. This is how you defeat these scouts. You just rush and you get on top of them. Markelov, oh no! I thought he had it. But WorldEdit coming into play with the scout does pick up a kill onto muffeb. So Simple bearing down on short, well, from the short angle, gets the headshot of his own. So players falling here. The scout's still finding a way to be effectual. We're going to find himself another good tag, and Vlade will finish it off here. And the smokes are down. The bomb is down still, thanks to WorldEdit, and they can't reclaim it yet. This is looking amazing for dAT with these scouts. And Vlade did pick up a P90, but he's going to get eliminated by netrick. WorldEdit, will he hit this shot? Will not connect very effectively there. Simple going for the jumps here. Ooh, trying to no-scope it and everything. And he does get eliminated. It's a 2-on-1 now. netrick can still pull this one off. 40 seconds. The bomb down on the bomb site. Trying to find out where these guys are playing from. He knows there is a scout out there somewhere. As bondik does exercise a great deal of patience with that 5-7. Not moving a muscle just yet, just staying on the angle. WorldEdit now as well. Playing from a position where he can also be helped by bondik. Should it be necessary.
Time
10
is
seconds.
Running out now.
In goes netrick, trying to close in for the kill. Going to go for the kills here. Finds the frag onto WorldEdit. Can bondik kill the time here and save the round? netrick! Oh, not quite. Counter terrorists are going to take it. dAT get the round. He's going to get the extra. Oh, I don't think he even got the extra $300 for planting the bomb there. And boom. bondik won the round by just staying put. That was very close.
That round well and truly went down to the wire, and we are going to see double scouts coming out once again for WorldEdit and Simple with 3 FAMASs as well. So let's see how they can hold versus this eco from the Danish side. Going to have some presence in mid from the Danes there. You can see going to start to emerge. Let's see who is here to greet them. It's going to be WorldEdit. It's got a gap in that smoke where it can jump over as well. Has seen somebody cross into the mid area. It's got Simple in the same place. So we're looking at double shots here. Got a cheeky jump here from no problem, but not going to get tagged the first time. Going to smoke off that mid window again, but again. Simple is on short with a second scout. That said, the bomb is loitering outside the A site with netrick in apps. Let's see as this push comes in, what's going to happen.
So far it's looking not too bad here. They are gaining some ground, even some frags too for them, as they make their way onto the bomb site with the bomb planted as well. So big round here, so no problem. In comes bondik, though, and Markelov as well, with a couple frags of their own. Need to hunt down these remaining players though. There is a kit on Simple, who is actually on CT spawn, looking for the scout shots. muffeb able to take down bondik. 1 health left on him. Markelov has to go in for the kill here to block netrick and Holst here. Does take down Holst. netrick coming in from connector, in fact, as the defuse comes in. He knows where the bomb is! Oh, he can't get it with the spray, and Simple gets the defuse. They are going to take down netrick as well, and that is another round there for dAT. Another really close round there for dAT.
netrick flanked all the way from T-spawn around through mid into connector to punish the CTs for defusing that plant while they hold incorrect angles, but did not manage to get the frag through the smoke there. So very unfortunate for no problem. That one was a problem.
And Simple's going to go in. I'm just going to ignore that one, James. Simple goes in. Gets dropped completely. No questions asked, just muffeb telling them to sit and stay. And that's a gun which is not easily retrievable, but they're going to try to get themselves onto it with the short movement. WorldEdit trying to punish with the FAMAS, and he is going to get the crossfire going on now as Markelov comes in with the M4. That's
a very favourable smoke for WorldEdit. You can see him smoked himself off. It stops the T's from pushing through connector, but gives him vision on top of the smoke there. And that Markelov with a great angle to put a stop to this push on short. We have Berry and Holt remaining. Let's have a look at where Holt is. He is the last man on short. Going to smoke off to try and pick up the bomb. Could potentially jump into the window from the scaffolding there, but Markelov has other ideas. He's just going to push through the smoke and shoot him in the face. Berry now trying to flank from the B bomb site. Could potentially find Blade here. It's going to be a question of who sees who first, or if Berry's going to walk straight past him. Blade going to look at the right time, and that's going to be 3 rounds to 1 in favour of dAT. And I can't wait to see what happens with these buys here. Again, Blade had enough money to buy an AWP. Again, Simple didn't have a gun at that moment, but I don't know if he didn't notice and just bought an M4 straight away, or they just chose to go full rifles.
Yeah, I think they want to play it safe for now. But the AKs are in play here, so stuff starts to get a little bit dangerous, especially with not having an AWP. They've got to be really careful about these team play setups.
Another thing is, with all the fanfare around Simple and WorldEdit, they may be just trying to ruin the opposition strats, as we have Simple and WorldEdit combining on short with the M4s to cut this team down. Only 2 people remaining as they try and push the bomb into the B bomb site. Nobody's in the site yet for that. Looks like they're going to play for the retake as the bomb gets planted for apps. Have a look at how that go for this retake here.
Able to spray down WorldEdit there, finding his head through the wall. And slowly moving towards the corner here, the double peek coming in, and that's going to be the end of him. Going down to Blade, and this really shows you why if your economy is not booming, that trying to play away from the AWPs can be very helpful, because these rounds are going so close. Obviously, had they bought AWPs previously, then their money is going to look basically they're going to be in a spot where they're awkward on the money. But now, you're going to see the AWPs coming into play. It would seem.
Oh boy, it's pain time.
Okay, so who's playing where? We got WorldEdit going for middle.
See, I'm like Blade. We're like the same person, Dan.
Simple can actually go straight for the short play, and this is so awesome.
Double AWPs, double in mid. This is insanity.
Look at these angles that they have. Very strong indeed. But the A push is what is wanted here from this Danish team, as the AWP frags come in one apiece, and the movement towards this A site is largely shut down as that hold on to each and every one of these choke points. Annihilated there on the push. And you can see actually that they were trying to put one person into connector by himself, so it's pretty difficult when there's 2 AWPs on middle there.
Problem is, if this turns out to be an eco from no problem and they choose to rush a particular site, then I do wonder how that can react to it with the AWPs, if it's just like a safety and numbers job. And that's exactly what we're seeing. Looks like NP going to play for the contact play. But yeah, it's going to be Markelov smoking things off on the B bomb site. At least they have a rifle there. Let's have a look at where WorldEdit is. He is looking in underpass at the moment, and Simple in mid. Simple's going to be in a position to quickly help the B bomb site, but his angle is smoked off. Gets the first frag. Got someone to his right in the smoke. Got to be careful. You can see him backing up, putting distance between him and the remainder of the players there. Just going to hold angle, try and pre-fire, but definitely has to be careful if he starts to push forward. And this is a question I was asking. With 2 AWPs against the rush, who's going to be the victor? You can see only bondik remains now. That's one problem with people rushing at least a B bomb site on this map. If you don't have that AWP there to cut them down, or that early information, you can see Markelov smokes them off. Then by the time they get onto the site, you're trying to retake the site with 2 AWPs versus an eco. Not going to be easy.
And that's a pretty huge swing right there. Look at that. Look at the monies there. NP looking pretty solid. And we've got the AWP onto Glaive now. So let's check him out at the moment. So challenging middle, of course, with the lack of a sniper here for CTs. Actually, WorldEdit, in fact, going to splash himself over and go for the sniper battle. Does get taken down by muffeb. He was very close on connector. Very fast are these Danes up into connector this round, and it's proving very problematic here for dAT, who haven't been able to hold on to it. So now this gives them a wealth of options, having connector held on to now. bondik is there on Palace, and they've got a player on jungle as well. No problem now, knowing that connector was just cleared. They do have a player that can move into it, and they can work together for this this attack onto the A bomb site. muffeb is just chilling there though, trying to actually be on an unexpected angle to catch a rotating player, but in goes bondik there from Shadow. Perfect timing. Does take down one player. The juking and the jiving. Those dance moves prove very effective. Going to be able to take up another kill. Goes for the third one. Gets shut down. Leaving it up to Markelov, who absolutely needs another weapon here. Finds himself a FAMAS. And there is a player nearby towards jungle who's actually going to CT, it would seem. Looking for the head. Does just find a couple pixels to shoot at. So he knows where one player is, but there's still one that's unknown. Going to see actually a nade come over the top. Maybe he can actually figure it out, but Berry wins the one-on-one, and the Danes are going to go up another round here, 5-3, with that AWP on Berry at the moment. He's going to toss it over it, I do believe. And this is looking quite good now for no problem.
Indeed, the economy issues with double AWP, we are seeing them now again, I don't think like I don't think Mirage is essentially the most ideal map to do double AWP on compared to say a map like Cache, for example. I think it's better and you have an easier chance of cutting down B rushes and so on. But you find no problem on the anti-eco now. Safety in numbers is the word of the day. Sorry, phrase of the day.
Really long word.
Just trying to tap WorldEdit down, but WorldEdit gonna have that superior aim there with the taps USP to boot. Markelov gonna get smoked off, but he's gonna see the head and find the angle anyway. 3 versus 3 now, and dAT are putting in a reasonable amount of damage so far. Markelov can just make a nuisance of himself here for a while WorldEdit and Simple try to find more people to connect with. In fact, Simple is going to be able to get some information for his friend and just push in and shoot him in the back as well. Suddenly it's a one-man advantage here for the counter-terrorist side. They don't have any...
Wow. No kit though, as you're about to say, but look at that cleanup. They have, I think, maybe just barely enough time here. Oh, it's going to be close.
Oh, I don't think so.
I think he's got it. I think he's got it. Oh, no. Oh, it's so close. No, okay, I'm completely wrong. I was out by 2 seconds. Somebody fire me right now. All right, so you're talking about the double AWPs here and whether you like the legitimacy and or of it as an effective strategy. I think there's absolutely a lot of arguments that you can make for it, but I think you've got to think about it a lot. I don't think you can just run double AWPs without putting a lot of thought into it.
Well, maybe that will show us how they can do it.
The old LDLC with Kali, the Kali in that, you know, that very old LDLC, they actually did it very well with Happy as a secondary AWPer, support AWPer, but he did very specific things. Either way, back into this round, we're seeing the middle take come in. They want connector, but the trade frag is not there. It was basically Barry just alone on the peak. Glaive does get the trade onto WorldEdit though. They take control of that area. Blade wants to reassert himself though, puts the smoke down the bottom of the stairs so he can get into that position. And now you can see how much the CTs value connector now that Blade has it. And this bomb is faring its way along to that B bomb site. But can, no problem, actually get the frags here. You can see Holst is going to try to distract and delay rotation here. So they're going to be 2 versus 3.
Doing it.
2 versus 3 on the B bomb site. And there you go. He's going to, yes, exactly. Holst is going to keep them there just a moment longer on the A bomb site as the push comes in now. So this might make the difference. The spray from Simple is looking great. He finds the head with the spray control onto Glaive. And that's going to be 2 players left. Very weak. Going down. Markelov gets the final kill. And that's a 6-4 scoreline. dAT are coming back into this now as they shut down that plate. And Markelov going to toss over an AWP onto WorldEdit, who is going to be the dedicated AWPer, probably playing mid as you were suggesting.
Simple died a hero. He died for his people, damn it. And what a good job he did, leaving only one person to try and get that bomb plant. And there was no bomb plant for NP, got to note that as well. WorldEdit just showing them who's boss in the mid area. Not going to have that double stack again, haven't got the money for it. Not sure if they really need it in the mid area, at least for the time being, as WorldEdit seems to be doing a good job on his own. Going to have some peeking as the push starts to come into the A site. Tentatively, Glaive getting 2 huge frags, taking down WorldEdit and Blade, almost bondik as well, but bondik gets the wall bang. Can he reload his gun in time? No, that's a problem. He is going to go up the ladder and take a passive position while his teammates go very aggressive. You can see Simple just covering his backside there from the last player, which is going to be muffeb. So good cleanup from dAT. Simple doing, he's putting himself in the right place at the right times to shoot people unawares. And that's going to be a second AWP now. This is what they, in reality, this is what they should do. This is as close to pawn as you can get in Counter-Strike.
And look at this. This is a really fast push coming into B now to go for this plant. They don't really have much in the way of weapons, so the little mid play with the 2 AWPs is not going to do too much. Markelov instantly dinked though. That's really problematic now as they make their way to the bomb site. Simple going to be slowing them down though. Gets an initial AWP frag, gets the follow-up pistol kills. In comes WorldEdit now for support. Holst drops Simple. So that's 2 players dead there, but they will clean up the push in the end.
This is what I feel is one of the glaring weaknesses in this setup with 2 AWPs on Mirage, is that it's very easy for the T team to barrel straight through apps, and then when 2 of your 3 players have AWPs, it actually makes it difficult to play against that many people. But again, if Simple's playing short, then with a simple Molotov into apps, if they can hear the rush, then they can cause massive damage to the T's as they run out to the site. Then again, if he's...
Oh, I think he blocked the grenade by jumping into it, actually. did that just happen? Sorry to interrupt you there. No. Oh, no, it still went in.
Yeah, they seem to block people, but they just continue on their merry way.
And in comes the push on A. No problem going in very quickly. Got all the nades. Standing nades here. Look at that. Holst with 2 excellent kills there. Beautiful work to take the bomb site for no problem, as the bomb will get planted by netrick. And whilst the smokes are up, oh, WorldEdit has just barely, just a little sliver to look through between those 2 smokes, and he does pick up a kill thanks to that. Simple and WorldEdit bearing down on them with AWPs. This is scary, but
this has to be very scary. If you're up against WorldEdit and Simple, all you can hear is doosh until it hits you in the face.
And they must know that somebody is on slope now. At least one player. Simple going to go head first, gets the no-scope onto him. Netrick goes down. Markelov gets the defusers. Barry was running all the way around, and he is going to get taken out by Markelov. And this is the power of this team. Simple running up, no-scoping you in the face. This is certainly going to be a very interesting team to follow.
I can hear people on HL TV typing that top 1 as we speak.
Yeah.
I can hear it, guys. I can hear the keyboards.
All right, so Simple going to be making his way. Does he go short? Or is he going to go to the car here? So this time he's going to go car, and obviously, like, these mix-ups of AWPs can be really confusing and blow up rounds, but we're going to see that no problem is setting up for the A play in the midst of this. And there's 2 players close to the slope here for dAT. That could be huge. If they flash in, if Blade flashes in and allows a peek here, which he, okay, no, he's not going to do that, I don't think. But
yeah, he's got to be careful because that flash may not hit the person on the ledge. Blade going to try and go and hide in shadow, but he's only going to get 1 kill, and that's going to be the A site down. Seems the order of the day is for no problem to just try and rush a site, so that can't get their game on. But again, we have WorldEdit, we have Simple going for the retake here with 2 up. Simple not finding the right angle there, doesn't get the frag. This looks very favourable now for no problem. 4 people versus 2, only Markelov versus 3 now. Just a case of trying to do as much damage as possible, but that's not going to be much.
Yep.
9 to 5 though, not too shabby a score.
Yeah, no, it's really smart. I mean, they're doing exactly what you're supposed to do against AWP setups, like double AWP setups, which is hit sites fast and smoke off angles. So you get the bomb down, and then they got a retake with the AWPs. I mean, that's how you kind of are supposed to deal with it, because you're going to lose the pick battle. You just what you just should against Simple and WorldEdit, of course, and they're going to be mixing up where they push and using timings. That makes it even more difficult. So eliminate all of that, throw in the nades, get the set plays, and no problem in picking up rounds doing so. And that's a nice frag there from WorldEdit. The timing on the flash just slightly off there, but no problem. Can they recover? Looking for the A play again here. Flashing through. Good flash there. bondik blinded and taken down. dAT now have to go for the retake again through these wall of smokes. Like, what can you do? But just, you have to wait for them. You can't just run willy-nilly through these smokes. And we do have the patient play coming in now as the smokes do go away, and they look for these angles. Oh, that plant in front of the fire crates there. He's going to be able to actually get the kill. And now it's a 2-on-3. Things looking quite doable here for dAT. But Holst coming in from the pocket area there. Maybe taking down Simple. The trade's coming in. Blade with 3 health takes down Holst. Enough to get himself onto the defuse. And he has the time. And that's going to be 10-5 in favor of dAT. But you cannot count out no problem yet. This is a CT-sided map.
Indeed it is, and let's remember this is a best of 3 as well. So, in for the long haul are both of these teams. Good start there for both teams on the first half of this map. I think that might feel like they could have got some more rounds there, but no problem. Versus the insane firepower of that side, no pun intended. They are not looking too shabby. But they're going to be extremely hungry for this pistol round. Let's look at the CT setup here. They're going to have Glaive peeking in the mid area. Simple and WorldEdit seem to be best buddies right now. They're almost inseparable, especially around the mid area. Just both going to give each other support. So seem to enjoy each other's company, and that can't be bad. Passive play here so far. Markelov, let's see, what nade is he holding? That's a smoke, which is going to smoke connector. So potential fakes coming in here.
Yeah, 3 men here in middle.
Yeah. So it's not a fake, it's a smoke to allow his teammates to push the mid area. muffeb going to be on short, trying to get a timing nade there. Going to put Simple down to 59 HP. Has got armor though. Going to have that nice boost as well. Trying to look over, but muffeb unseen just as of yet. Nobody down for, well actually Berry's down for the CT side, but other than that, oh, muffeb 1 HP now. So again, it's all going to come down to taps on the head though.
Nice mid-round call there to switch it up to A once the smoke hit short. And NP had rotated fully towards B. Now they've got to go for a retake. And they're pretty much all dead. They need a medic. They're also low, apart from Glaive. 1 health on muffeb. Glaive coming in with a headshot to the back of Markelov's head. And
they've got no kit. And muffeb is still rotating from the B bomb site. So this run pretty much over.
That looking very strong here. And muffeb will indeed go down. And we're going to have ourselves 11-5. And a strong economic advantage for dAT. So long as they don't do something silly, they should be okay in this round. Are we going to see armor on all the players here? So are they going to just use all their money? Okay, most of them are going to spend their cash here. So no problem giving them some pistols and nades to work with. A bit of an aggressive push and underpass there. Quite a common move, so that should be worried about it. They've got a player there, and it's going to be muffeb going to get taken down by Markelov, so dAT do hold on to the underpass push. Simple might just get peeked by 2 players. In they come, the spray. Going to be good enough to take them both down, as dAT now roll onto the site. Glaive falls as well, and it is a hunt for netrick soon enough after the bomb goes down, and that looking very solid, not losing a single man.
While netrick is miles and miles away, might be worth showing you a sneaky little spot here. If you're playing a T-side on an eco, if you stand into this wall, so just the side of you speaking there, quite often CTs will not see any of your body and walk straight past, and you can get a free kill. And
WorldEdit seems to be the AWPer for dAT here, for the T side, something to note also, because Simple bought up an AK, so he's going to use all of his money to do that. And WorldEdit kept himself on the USP that he picked up on the pistol round, so, and only had like a couple nades as well. So WorldEdit seems to be the AWPer here for the T side. So it's an interesting thing that we might see more rifling from Simple, but in reality, however good Simple was with the AWP, there were so many games where I saw Simple wrecking faces with the AK as well.
Do you think it's...
I think he's a better rifler than WorldEdit. I really think so.
Yeah, Simple is an insane rifler, in fact. Absolutely. With the Deagle as well, we've just seen him. His aim is just on point with any gun.
Yeah, he's just a sick raw talent, this guy.
Yeah. So that may be why he is going to be the rifler if it comes down to 1-0. Or what maybe WorldEdit just says, look, I'm older than you. End of story.
It can always be map dependent and side dependent, I suppose, how the players feel on the day as well. But yeah, I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of this push that's about to come in here from dAT. They do have the stack. They guessed correctly. However, they have a significant weapon disadvantage here, and we're going to see dAT taking the site with no problems at all, picking up all the kills. As Berry is the last man standing. Berry coming from 1.6, playing for a Nexus. Some will recognize him from there. So here we are, a pause coming in, and I'm not sure what the reason is for this just yet. However, dAT are looking like they'll close out the first map very soon, and the one following this will actually be Overpass. Another map which is great for AWPers. Okay, so while we have a few seconds, let's have a look. You can see Berry has got his prawn downloads on, got to turn those back off again, get back into the game. But let's look at the kills here. Simple top fragging for dAT with 22 kills. WorldEdit right behind them, so it's a race to the top for these two guys. It's such an exciting team, isn't it? Like it's just to me right now, it's so exciting. I just want to see them play everyone, all the maps, see how they like adapt over time. They've got Blade, so you know that they should be able to take losses well. They have good direction. They got all the raw skill, the talent. They got 2 amazing aggressive AWPers. They've got Markelov. Guy has like ridiculous amounts of experience. Bondik, he's been beasting. With the raw talent they have on these two. I mean, there's often people discuss teams where you have like lots of star players. Yeah. And they don't work together. But where you have 2 AWPers as opposed to lots of riflers or whatnot. I mean, these guys could completely, like we've seen Simple just wreck people, like entire teams on his own. We've seen WorldEdit wreck entire teams on his own. And added together,
like if they can, I cannot wait to see what happens. But you know.
Yeah, I mean, you got Simple. You get your entries, and you got bondik, who's going to be like a really good, important key support player. Someone who can probably go for the lurking roles as well, I imagine. Like the team has a lot of potential to play in many different ways. They got everything there to work with, and this is the thing. Like, I like Blade is obviously very good at directing teams. Also, I mean, we saw how influential he was on Hellraisers at DreamHack.
Yeah.
And we've seen how influential he's been on dAT in the past, because when we were watching dAT, it was so obvious. Like you can see it in their play that they understand how to approach the game. And a lot of that is Blade's influence. He has a reputation for this stuff. So it's an exciting team, absolutely.
In terms, and what's really interesting is it seems this shakeup was instigated by the Hellraisers team, but I feel like that is the team with like the marquee lineup now.
Yeah.
Is that how you feel?
Yeah.
Do you feel like they're a stronger team?
Absolutely, yeah. I
think
mean, they have. I mean, firstly, they have two great AWPers, and this is something that they have Krüger on Hellraisers, and Krüger was doing a really good job. He did much better than I expected. He is very consistent. He's very good at taking the aggressive spots. He actually reminded me more of like a Guardian than a little bit. Than a Simple or a JW or a Kenny S. Because those three I just listed, they're much more crazy and more aggressive. Guardian's like really good, really fast, and can be aggressive, but he's just, I don't know, Guardian's...
He just destroys.
Yeah, I mean, he's a little bit more like... A little less crazy, basically. I guess a little bit less on the crazy scale, perhaps. And that's what Krüger reminds me of. Solid, but not so crazy as Kenny S or someone.
Yeah, but I think in terms of the kind of the teams we're seeing double AWPing, like Nip are doing a great job. Double AWPing at the moment, but if they go up against these two guys, I can't see any stronger double AWP than these two guys right now, because they are playing some of the best AWPing, like individually for their teams that we have seen, and now they're together. Honestly, I cannot wait to see them go up against top teams. I cannot wait, just for the sheer destruction. I'm going to be there with my popcorn, baby.
And this is the cool thing as well. Like, I mean. For example, in Korea with StarCraft teams and stuff, you like see a rising talent, but a lot of the thing of like raw talents is they'll often be very young, and so they need like proper guidance from more experienced like coaches and players and proper environments to really grow their skill and develop it in the right way, because you can have someone that's like really sick, killing everyone on deathmatch, and he can do it even in top level games, but that doesn't make him an amazing like player. He needs everything. He needs all of it. And so when you start putting players like Simple, who is a young player, he's very young, isn't he? Like 16,
17 years old, yeah.
17. He must just have turned 17 as well, I think.
A few months ago, yeah.
Yeah, so he's a very young player. Now he's got the direction of Blade, and Blade obviously can give him a very good sense of how to play within this team and direct everything. So I'm excited. I'm really excited about this.
It's crazy. I was watching his stream yesterday. I was actually watching Simple stream yesterday and WorldEdit stream today. But watching a Simple stream yesterday, his decision making at such a young age is so good. Like he was just playing. I think it was just some pug. I think it was on FACEIT actually, and he was on Dust 2 as a T, and he pushed 3 double doors and somebody was in pit, and he went for a pick on the guy in pit, and he didn't get him straight away, so he backed up. Back into the doors, looking at the corner of long to see if there's a potential trade frag coming in, because he was there on his own. But that kind of thinking at such a young age puts him so far ahead in the game. Yeah. You know, and with those twitchy fibers at such a young age, you know, just snapping people's heads off.
This is like one of the reasons why a lot of people, when they're talking about like Quakers coming into this game, like how it's very different, is that a lot of these like small decisions you have to make, and you have to got to make the right decision. You got to make it very like instantly. You don't get to think about it, and it's from the experience or just obviously the innate talent of playing CS and understanding like, oh, if I'm here, then this guy, to try to beat my position of being here, is going to do this, but then maybe he'll think that I should do this because that's what I should do to counter that. So then if I move to this position, and then once you add the team play and more players in, you get these bait setups, like stuff starts getting really complex, and really amazing players like who have amazing game sense and these like amazing tactical displays like the way you just described. That's what they're doing. It takes a lot of time to develop that if you're coming from another game, because you grew up with a different logic essentially. Yeah. You grew up thinking in a different way, not with the same variables at play. So there's a lot of that has to like kick in. It takes time, and so yeah, that's a big hurdle.
A lot of it as well, as you said, with experience is experience in the sense of a lot of these situations you have to experience them. So to learn.
Yeah, it's like
to learn them basically.
Yeah,
like you can read them in a book, but until you're put in the actual situation, it's going to be quite different.
That's the easiest thing, isn't it? It's like, oh well, that guy's in a position that I've been in. What would I do if I was him
Yeah.
and then you like reverse
Exactly,
engineer.
but that's how it works in poker. Like if you start playing poker, they say you have to lose money before you can make money because you have to learn, essentially. You have to learn by trial and error, by making mistakes, by being punished for them, by observing other people at the table do the same things as well, or watching demos as a comparison in Counter-Strike, and discussing things with your friends, be it discussing hands or discussing plays that people have made where a play may have failed, but it was the right play, etc. So much information to be gathered in this game. So again, if you're coming from a different game, then you're basically starting at zero. Like you might have the aim, but that's not going to be.
Yeah, it's not about the aim. Yeah, it's not about the aim.
Because you need to know where to put the aim, where to put your body.
Yeah. And you can see so much of this game as well, comparing it to Quake as well. There is a lot of elements that are similar, but in this game, like the angles and how you think about angles, it is there a little bit in Quake, but not to the extent that the angles impact this game. It does impact this game a lot more, because you can see that's why like training good mechanics is really important. Like there was that Steel video where essentially it was like, I don't know how to aim well, but what he was actually teaching in that video was good practices, good mechanics to always be aiming in the right spots and to understand how to clear angles the most effectively. And it really had nothing to do with aiming. It just had it was just a way for you to use your aim to give you a high success rate and actually properly getting all the frags that you should be getting, and not just doing stupid inefficient movements.
Yeah, so basically looking in the right direction to make your correction to your enemy as minimal as possible, as opposed to just waving your mouse around and doing the stop look flick.
I have another teaser. I won't go into it, but I know I can give you the exact same example in StarCraft.
Do it fast, do it fast.
No, I'll do it in a moment. I'll do it after, because we're in the match now. But we're in the match, so no problem. They need to come back right now. They're really far behind here. This is going to be their first buy round in the second half. They don't have an AWP to play with, and WorldEdit is bearing down upon them. Look at this.
Oh, he's being teased.
He's going to actually get away there. And gla1ve picks up a kill in Simple. So an opening needs to be found here, as dAT are trying to work into connector right now into middle control.
So Simple was just to WorldEdit's left, and gla1ve was in CPL. You can see him on the other side now. They seem to think he's on the left-hand side from his perspective, but he is indeed on the right. Tried to push him out with that Molotov, but there was no gla1ve to be found. And that will be a one-man advantage here, as no problem fight to keep control of the connector area. Currently 3 people in mid. Oh, Markelov doesn't get the frag in time. His gun gave the game away there. And Berry almost gets a frag. May have seen the player in Palace. Indeed he has. Just positioning himself to give himself more cover should a push come in from more than one place. WorldEdit just a second too slow. Or, oh, indeed he has seen Berry. That's going to open up the round for that team. We've still got 2 players on the B bomb site for NP. bondik going to come and take down Holst very, very easily. gla1ve going to try and mount a defense, but not much doing there. Does take down bondik though, which is going to give his team a one-man advantage, but they do not have control of the sites. Let's see if Blade could get shot in the back here, but he may hear the CTs in CT.
Yeah, muffeb coming in around the side. WorldEdit going to pick up a kill onto him. Blade hunting down gla1ve, going to be able to eliminate him as well. There's netrick. It's going for the diffuse fakes here. And WorldEdit talking about angles, man. This guy had 3 insane shots from angles. And whilst this eco is going on, I'll quickly mention that point before everyone forgets about it. We're talking about mechanics. There's a player in StarCraft who was a Brood War player called 4GG, and he went to StarCraft 2. And I remember watching him, and he has some of the best mechanical practices ever. And the idea is inefficiency. He almost never scrolls with the mouse, ever. He binds every location to a key, more or less, or is constantly rebinding locations, so that he never has to have inefficient actions. And it's the same in Counter-Strike, same in everything.
WorldEdit just advancing with a knife, but gla1ve was in a position to try and do some damage. WorldEdit, they're going to punish the retreat there. It is an eco from this CT side, and we have 2 AWPs, second one being Simple.
Yeah, I mean, unlike that round we saw from Hellraisers, dAT are reading this very correctly. That they should be playing very defensively against the Pistols, who are trying to close the distance, get those favorable engagements, but so far dAT are playing against that. They know it, they know what they're trying to do, and they're denying it.
And they're forcing desperation from No Problem, who soon will have to basically move out of the good spots for them just to get the engagements, just as happened there with bondik. And once again, another long-range engagement favouring Markelov has to be taken. Markelov, spray to the face. Netrick goes down at the end, and there you go, 15-5, and they move on to map point here on map number 1 in this best of 3 for the FACEIT League qualifier. And that's certainly looking definitely very good at the moment, but we must remember that No Problem, they're starting off with the pistol loss on CT, so we're not really getting to see them necessarily the setups that they want. But this is a full nader setup for them.
WorldEdit and Simple neck and neck with 23 and 24 frags, but WorldEdit's going to extend his lead to 2 frags over Simple now. Doesn't get the frag on Holst, and he's going to take down Blade as well in mid, and that's going to be a significant advantage. NP not out of this yet. 4 versus 3 now. Simple going to have to rotate to pick up the bomb with his teammate bondik for support. We can see Markelov is at the bottom of mid, so if they choose passage into mid, it will be a little bit safer with him down there. Now things are going to slow down, and again, NP focusing on connector. They had both Holt and Glaive, just keeping an eye on it. Not really caring for mid, can't plant the bomb in mid, so they're going to have to push aside for some time. And indeed, they are just walking down short very quietly after smoking connector.
2 men on B though, so this could be very difficult to actually get the bomb planted. Markelov going to try to cycle around to apartments. That's a nice tag there from Simple. How did he catch that? And we're going to see that Glaive will take down bondik as they're moving onto the site. And Simple looking for the shot. Can't quite find it. Going to toss away the AWP momentarily as Markelov moves his way in from apartments. And there it is. Sprays down muffeb, who is very low, thanks to Simple. 20 seconds left on the clock here to find the bomb plant. All these players. That's a great frag from Markelov. Doesn't pick up Glaive though. Simple alone now. With 15 seconds on the clock. He's got to get the frags of the plant. And Glaive will take him down.
So that was, I have to say, that was an absolutely brilliant shot there by Simple towards the van area. Obviously, you can see how much he plays the AWP and how much he plays this game. He's boosted over the bricks on the short area, but he knows that CTs quite commonly jump backwards and forwards, peeking into apps, and he almost completely punishes the CT for doing that. Does tag him, but through an object, so didn't get the kill there. You can see the T's now, still on the buy, still with 2 AWPs. Gonna be stacked around the A-bomb site, and Blade just going to walk out with absolutely nobody looking into Palace here, but Holt is in a position to take out the T's as they try to push the B slope, and indeed he will. Still 3 versus 3 though. WorldEdit looking to get a smoke frag, but Markelov going to do the job for him. 2 versus 2 now as Blade is taken out by netrick. Small gap in the smoke there for muffeb to take out Markelov just before the new one comes out. WorldEdit versus 2 now.
Yeah,
knows where 1 is.
Though, so this is actually almost favourable for WorldEdit, because with 1 minute left, he can either do this, delay, and then go for the A push and get 1-on-1, or unless they gamble it onto A, which looks like they might actually be doing. They're gambling here instead of splitting up, because WorldEdit definitely had time to run around. And
this is a good idea.
This is what the delay is about. He wants them to do that.
WorldEdit with an AK.
Yeah, a bit more dynamic.
I can't think I've ever seen him with an AK.
Oh, that spot. I think he got spotted there, but I don't think WorldEdit saw the CT, perhaps. In fact, he wasn't spotted just yet. The call has not gone. WorldEdit's going to start planting away. And netrick's going to be looking for the head there. Can't quite see him. And I think WorldEdit must be able to hear the jumping. Flash goes over the top there. In fact, he's still... I think he knows where he is now. It looks like Flash going to come in. That's going to give it away. WorldEdit doesn't get the frag immediately, though. And netrick, with a timely peek, will drop WorldEdit for the defuse there for no problem, as they cling on by their fingernails in this match here on Mirage. And that wasn't... First of all, James, how the hell was it Blade? He just walked out. There's no one was looking. It wasn't even smoked. Like,
it wasn't smoked. It wasn't covered.
No one's looking at all.
All the attention was on A slope.
And
all of it.
Holst was just like, yeah, I'm just going to kill you all. Just sit here in the corner and A slope. Madness in that round. Absolute bonkers round there.
Yeah, that was anarchy. You can see that lining up for these A smokes now. On the B site, we have netrick absolutely miles away for his team. But let's have a look at muffeb. He is going to be on the information play here, which is possibly going to allow Glaive to rotate over to the A site as these smokes come in. So CTs will be in a position to stop this potentially. Quite often when this happens, you see CTs actually push the smoke to not give up the site and play for the retake. But it's kind of here and there from the CTs. I'm going to push the smoke eventually though, and great damage being done there in the mayhem. And it's going to go in the favour of NP now, as the flank has come in from muffeb after that very early push through app. So it's going to be simple versus 2. He knows where one of them is, and he has to expect someone's going to be behind him somewhere, but where? That is the question. Very, very passive angle being held here by gla1ve. Simple has no idea where he might be, not making a single peep.
Oh,
Simple
so
going to push through.
Look at this position from the CT. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, he's actually going to bait gla1ve out, and he gets the kill as well. gla1ve goes down, and now he knows he's going to go for the B-play.
He is 17 years
so
old.
Smart.
Is this Blade telling him what to do, do you think?
No.
Because that's madness. The game sense is off the charts right now.
It is sick, and he's going to have to predict, or at least take a position that's safe with the plant that he has, so he can deal with all of these unknown positions. He's going to choose headshot here. Has no idea where muffeb is. Absolutely no clue. In he comes. Can he react in time? muffeb gets the drop on Simple and will find the frag as well. But the bomb went down, and that's extra damage. Like 4 players killed. More economy for dAT. And no problem.
This is what I'm talking about, man. The game sense on Simple
it's really
is
strong.
just crazy. It's crazy. That's why definitely I would say just go. I forget the name of his stream, but it shouldn't be too hard to find. But definitely, just watch him playing matches. Like none of them are speaking English, but just watch him anyway, because it's so awesome just to see the way he thinks about the game.
Yeah,
it's a good learning experience, at least for me.
Oh yeah. This is like the basis of a lot of the stuff that my YouTube channel is based on. Just like you just look at stuff and you just try to see, okay, based on what you know about the game, what can this teach you about the game, and if you deconstruct it, what are the merits of it, or the cons, what are the sacrifices, what are the risks, and then you start to like learn so much, and it's so interesting. But we have a fast peek there from Markelov down on underpass, and Berry's going to pick up a kill into WorldEdit as they go a little bit aggressive there into middle, and Simple might just be in with a vengeance here. Does get smoked though, and this is very awkward here for dAT, who clearly wanted an early grip of middle, but it's been contested so effectively by this Danish squad. gla1ve picking up a kill from Connector onto Blade, and this is going to put them in a 2-player advantage. And James, we've talked about this. Holding down
that was nowhere near landing on the floor.
Just don't press that alt button, man. Don't press the alt button. Anyway, we can at least see what's happening here from the radar, and bondik is going to be left alone, and they went for that A push in the end. They split onto A, and it just didn't quite work out. And now their money is kind of not screwed, but obviously they can't feel the full buy, so no problem actually generating some level of momentum now. This should be another round for them, and then they should have much more money, and they should be able to withstand. Okay, no, they can't. Okay, well, they can't lose a single round. What am I talking about? But still, some momentum gained for them at least.
Okay, Conga line coming in towards the B site. That's going to be an early peek there. Good. Molotov's going to give him no choice but to run away. The first frag coming in with that Tech 9, and bondik going to follow up with the second one. But look how low these dAT players are. Question is, can they get the bomb down? Can they get those AWPs over to their teammates for the following rounds? They could even win this round. They still have a 1-man advantage. Markelov picking up an M4 now. All he needs to do is be a bit fast on the trigger, and there it is. Flank coming in from his teammate in the shop, and Markelov will just clean up the rest of it. We've only got Holst left versus 2 now. He is on short. He has 12 HP. He has a crossfire position to try and stop, and he isn't going to be able to do it. First game going to dAT team versus the Danish team.
That was a fun match. That was a pretty fun match, and we're going to have Overpass coming up next, guys. Cash is the decider if these Danes can actually take it, and the Danes are quite good on Overpass, generally speaking. So we'll have to see what they have to field there. I don't know how long this team's really been together, and no problem. It does seem quite mixy. So well, it must be. I mean, it must be pretty new, because gla1ve only left his last team, fairly recently, within the last month or so. So. All right, well, guys, we'll take a quick break here on FACEIT TV whilst we set up the next map, so stay with us here. We'll be back right after the break with Overpass, with dAT, and with No Problem.